Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Crimes, Killers, Cults,
and Beer.
And beer. Just two crazy Florida men drinking beer, talking about true crime.
Mm-hmm.
And that is Todd.
And that is Bill. Sorry, I'm trying out a new camera angle here and it's fucking with me. But anyway, at least I pointed the right direction this time.
So what are you drinking?
I am drinking Seagram 7 and Sprite out of my powder blue sippy cup. Because once again, I did not stop and get beer because I'm just that kind of asshole.
Oh, you're pixelated. But
remember, as long as we can hear each other,
I know.
don't matter.
I am drinking Bud Light out of a brown-colored bottle.
Not a rainbow one.
No. Bud Light, sponsor us. Seriously, you need all the help you can get right now, as we said in our previous episode.
Oh, yes, which will be out this weekend.
Well, though I've already heard it when this one comes out.
Yeah, all right. Well, it'll have been out last weekend.
Right.
From here.
So,
my bad.
Good hanging out with you last weekend, bro. Or
it was, bro.
Yeah, this past week. I took a little mini vacation. I went home basically over to Merritt Island, Florida.
Yep.
Stayed over at my buddy Todd's house. We had our last episode. He came into the studio with us and everything. It was awesome.
Yep.
I hope you guys love that episode as much as we do, because that was incredible.
Yeah.
And
I want to say it, but I don't want to say it. But I want to say it.
Say
it. Do you remember that time that DL Sirius showed up and totally hijacked our podcast?
Nah, that wasn't a hijack. Everything that he said was
kind of. I know. But you know what I mean.
To do with it.
You know what I mean.
I know y'all like that guy, so I mean, I'm sure we'll have him on again at some point. I mean,
I friggin' hope so, dude. That was so much fun.
Yeah, he was like the number one fan of my old radio show, and he seems to like this podcast too. So
right, apparently he likes us too. So there's that.
Well, shit, we've known him for 30 years.
Yeah, you had to
longer
go there.
Than that.
All right, we already look old. Now you're making us old.
Well, you're the one with the gray beard.
I know. That's what I said. We already look old. Anyway.
I don't have much ado tonight.
I have no ado.
Okay, so tonight we're getting culty.
It's culty time.
Culty time. And tonight we're covering one of the worst.
Yep.
And we had tried to do this with our buddy Mark from Mental Illness Theater while I was there, but I was having issues with my laptop. And
yes, we had.
So
very much technical difficulties going on that day.
Yeah, I was getting so. It's like Todd and Mark were just fine, and I'm sitting here going, "What?" I'm just like losing my damn mind.
Yes, he was. But whatever. We rose above it.
Yep. All right, on with the show.
Yeah,
we're covering
on with the show.
Rulon Jeffs and the Fundamentalist Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. A cult that considers itself a legitimate church and has over 10,000 members, but the FLDS is definitely a cult. Now,
yes.
while the Mormons had done away with polygamy and child brides in 1890 under leader Wilford Woodruff, he thought that it would lead to the destruction of all of the Mormon temples, so it was banned. Yeah.
Okay.
Thinking proactively. It's like, okay, we might not want to be doing this. So,
right.
But the Supreme Court had outlawed it 5 years previous with fines and confiscation of property, etc., as a penalty for it. Also, the Mormons had been becoming more and more progressive, allowing women to have positions of power and even allowing black people to join, which is something that they for a long time didn't do it. And I'm going, a lot closer to current time in that.
Yeah.
That's just basically the things that happen.
Okay.
So sources for this are Deseret News, Rulon Jeffs timeline, and then for the that's for the second half of the notes. The Netflix documentary Keep Sweet and Obey. I got a lot from that, and also Parcast Cults episode FLDS for the timeline on Rulon Jeffs, which is Rulon Jeffs' father.
Okay.
And Wiki.
And Wiki, our favorite.
And Wiki. Crimes, killers, cults, and beer. And Wiki.
And Wiki. We love Wiki.
We do love Wiki. But we don't rely exclusively on Wiki like some other podcasts out there that shall not be named.
Yes, we will not name names because that would just be wrong.
I was doing an episode. I was writing notes on one of our previous episodes, and after I had the notes done, I found another podcast about that, and because I had looked at the wiki page, and it's just like, are you just literally reading the wiki page? That's what they were doing. They were just literally reading the wiki page.
Just reading right off the page.
Yeah.
They didn't even turn it into their own words. They just read
they
straight
just read
from it.
Verbatim right off of the wiki page. And I was just like, it's like, oh boy, damn.
I had to.
Love it. That was perfect. So, Rulon Jeffs, our subject today, claimed to have 80 wives when he was arrested in 2006. 80!
Jesus, 80. Holy crap. I can't even deal with one.
I know. And we're actually going to get to that, too. But
what?
Yeah.
No, not me. I have nothing to do with this.
No.
Just fucking with you, bro. Oh, fuck. Yep, carry on.
I will, my wayward son. But not everyone was on board, and people who still believed in the, quote, old ways were either excommunicated from the Mormons or they left on their own. Lots of them found their way to Short Creek, an area in Colorado. And in 1935, a man named John Barlow started a group of Mormon fundies who were dedicated to polygamy and child brides. So he brought the sect to a location on the Arizona-Utah border because he believed that if they were raided, they could just cross the state line and be safe. That Porky's logic.
Yeah, right. Jesus. Okay.
They also dug tunnels to hide in case of a raid. Bugs Bunny logic.
That left turn at Albuquerque always gets them, though.
Yeah. Yeah, we have buttons.
Yeah, I've got new toys.
So, just for clarification here, we're not talking about the Church of the Latter-day Saints headquartered in Salt Lake City with a creepy-looking fortress of a church. Which, I've seen it. You can see that damn thing for miles.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen it, but I'll take your word for it because I haven't seen it, so I have to take your word for it.
Well, let me put it to you this way. The first time I ever drove into Salt Lake City, it was at night. And
okay.
I saw it from a distance. I was like, that's got to be it.
Okay.
It's just, there's no doubt in my mind. That was it.
Is it like a neon nightmare, or like Ron John's is over here in Cocoa Beach, or is it?
No, it's not like that. It's white, and it has 4 gold spires that come up on either side of the building, and everything, and it's huge.
So you can't miss it, basically.
It's not possible to miss it.
If you missed it, you were asleep.
Right.
Anyway,
like the Vatican.
Yeah, I got you.
It's not as big as the Vatican, but you can't miss the Vatican either.
Well, no shit. It's in the middle of its own fucking city.
Yeah. So
Anyway.
the Mormons aren't a cult, but they are culty.
Yes, they are.
The FLDS, they are a cult, as are other Mormon offshoot groups, as well as the many offshoot groups of other denominations, such as the Seventh-day Adventists and the Pentecostals. We've covered 2 Pentecostal cults so far here, the Faith Assembly and R.G. Stair and Overcomers Ministries. Those were both offshoots of the Pentecostals.
Yeah. Those are both fucking hard stories too, but I'm sure this one's going to be much, much worse.
It is. We're not going to cover the origin of the Mormons. We'll save that for when we cover them specifically.
Okay.
We're just going to cover the FLDS, Warren and his father, Rulon Jeffs, who was the leader before Warren. And they followed the teachings of Joseph Smith, the original Mormon prophet, which included polygamy. And one of the first things that you notice is the fact, especially like if you watch that documentary that I spoke about, all the women and girls matched, as in their hair and dresses, long-sleeved, pastel dresses, all the way to the ground. And women were just basically viewed as cattle, breeding stock.
Mm-hmm.
And the women were brainwashed into believing that that's how it was supposed to be.
Jesus, that's fucking terrible.
It is terrible, and it's just if you watch this documentary, I mean, this cult, we're going to find out later, but this cult still is in operation.
Oh, and, okay. They're still going. All right,
they're still going, and they but the women are just like, yeah, everything's fine. Why don't they just leave us alone? Yeah, I was born on the compound. Yeah. I was born on the No, I've never been anywhere other than the compound. But you know what? This is the right way to live. And I'm not mocking them. I'm freaking not mocking them. I feel sorry for them because of the fact that it's just like, come on.
Yeah, I got you.
Shit like this, well, we won't go there. This is a long episode. Everybody knows. Everybody that listens to this podcast knows that I grew up in a cult.
Yes.
But,
or you should by now if you haven't.
Well, they do now. But
yeah, well, you know what I mean.
So they preached in order for a man to reach the highest levels of godliness, he had to have a minimum of 3 wives. So once you had children with each wife, you could create spirit children. And once you went to heaven, you could. I'm explaining it right now.
Okay.
You can create galaxies and celestial kingdoms where you, the man, were the ruler or God.
Oh no! Really? All right.
And the women were your slaves. And the
prophet, of course.
And the prophet was basically God on earth, immortal, and knows all.
Yeah.
I want to put like can you like put it like as I'm explaining that, can you like put a little flashy thing up there that says this is what the FLDS actually believes? Kind of like South Park did in the Scientology episode.
Yes. I will figure out how to do that, and I will make that happen, bro. For sure. I will totally make that happen.
That would be awesome. So Rulon Jeffs was born in 1909 and was a member of the Mormon Church and was raised...
Start that over.
No, I'm good. When your host derails himself.
Yes, when your host derails himself. No shit. Yeah, start that over without the laughter because...
Okay. So...
Or not.
Oh, deep breath. There's some TikTok stuff.
Fuck, we're idiots. We're fucking idiots, dude. Jesus Christ, we're idiots.
So Rulon was born in 1909 and was a member of the Mormon Church and was raised under their teaching. But like I said, in 1890, polygamy was outlawed, and in order for Utah to gain statehood. As Rulon grew up, he decided that he wanted to stay under the Mormon teachings, but he still wanted multiple wives.
Well, why not?
Why not? Sure.
I don't know. Because,
So
just having one ain't enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, not the point.
He relocated to Short Creek where polygamy was allowed. And he rose in the ranks of the FLDS, and in 1945 he was ordained as a high priest apostle.
Oh.
So skipping forward, Rulon had 23 wives. Some were as young as 19 or 20 when they were married to him. Rulon didn't have any child brides, I don't think.
Well,
but,
I guess that's good.
Well, when I say that they were as young as 19 or 20 when they married him,
they were younger when he was.
No.
Oh, okay. My bad.
He was 85 or 86 when they were 19 or 20.
Oh. All right, then. Well, there's that, I guess.
So, Rulon had pictures of all the wives on the wall in the order that they were married. And at bedtime, they were all expected to line up in order and say goodnight to him with a kiss.
Oh, no. Really? Oh, jeez. All right. That's
creepy.
Yeah, I was looking for another word, but we'll go with creepy. Creepy works.
So one woman in the documentary says that the day that she married him at bedtime, he said to come into the room. And picture this. She was one of the people that 19 and 20 when he was in his 80s.
Mm-hmm.
She says, come into the room, and they would do a little love making.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. And what year was this?
This was, let's see, he was born in 1909, and he was 85, so...
Oh, so this was like recent, like not recent,
like
but
1995 or something like that. Yeah. I don't freaking know. I can't math on the spot.
Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
So,
well, I'm just like, dude, he's 85, dude. How is he fucking getting it up without, dude? I mean, was there Viagra then? Was there Viagra then? I don't know.
No, but it's faith. It's faith healing. There's no medicine allowed. So. How in the hell? That's a good question, Todd. Seriously. It's like, how in the hell did he even get it up at 85 and 86 years old, especially without the aid of, something
the little
else.
Blue pill. I know I said the name earlier, and I probably shouldn't have, but whatever. It is what it is.
So this lady was 19. She had been sheltered, and she had no idea what love making was, and Rulon was 86. And
oh, God.
These young girls didn't even know how babies were made, but they found out.
Yeah, apparently.
But I don't think he had any children with these. There had to have been at some point where he stopped being able to procreate.
I can only hope. I mean, like, really? Fuck. Oh, Jesus. Ugh. Anyway.
Now going back, things were going well for the FLDS until the Arizona National Guard was going to interfere at the behest of the Arizona Department of Public Safety. And in July of 1953, the Guard assembled outside the compound and stormed in. But there's nobody there.
So they got alerted?
No men anyway. They only found women and children, and somebody had loose lips. It's likely that somebody was involved was an FLDS member, unbeknownst to the Arizona government.
Oh, they had an inside man.
Yeah, that's my
or
theory.
woman.
I mean, that wasn't.
I mean, I don't mean to be.
No, women are just breeding stock. So, it was a man.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It would have to have been a man,
or at least, or maybe not a member, but maybe a sympathizer.
Yeah. somebody who didn't believe in the religion but wanted to have sex with a whole bunch of women.
Fucking Boone Helm. I'm gonna go to Salt Lake City. They allow polygamy there. That means the women will fuck anybody.
Yeah, right.
Fucking Boone Helm.
Fucking Boone.
Great two-part episode if you haven't heard that one.
Yeah.
So, but the men had all gathered in front of the schoolhouse singing "God Bless America" as a form of protest. And the officers weren't impressed, and 122 men were arrested and charged with polygamy as well as other crimes. And the women were sent to Phoenix, and the children of plural marriages were put into foster homes.
Oh, all right.
Now, the media covered the story, showing pictures of children crying as they were being taken. The raid had the opposite effect on what the government had wanted. It generated sympathy from the public, and began being used as a rallying cry, proving that outsiders were dangerous people who just wanted to harm them.
Yeah, I could see how that would happen. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Media has always been complicit with criminals. I mean, this is in the 50s when this went down. And they were complicit. They were complicit then. I mean, it's just you think of you think of that meme that you see with a snake that's coming out of a lake with a fish in its mouth, and the media covers it as heroic snake saves fish from drowning.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. That is exactly it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So Rulon had moved to Sacramento because the embarrassed Arizona law enforcement would be watching them. But they did move back shortly later.
Shortly later.
But their Warren was born on December 12th of 1955. He was Rulon's 14th child. And he was born 2 months premature. He was born 2 months premature, which could have resulted in mental defects on him as he grew up.
Yeah. Yeah, it could have. That's for sure.
Well, he definitely had mental defects, which we're going to get to.
Of course we are. Because that's what we do.
Yep.
Oh, boy. Anyway.
So Warren's mother said that multiple prophets said that he would be something special, and he began being labeled as Rulon's golden child, and Rulon wasn't shy about admitting that Warren was his favorite and was destined for great things.
Of course he was.
Yeah. This obviously went to Rulon's head, and he was never punished for anything he did wrong. I mean, he could do no wrong. He began ordering his brothers and sisters around, which Rulon had no problem with. You could make the argument that his siblings were the first cult members, or Warren's first cult members.
Well, yeah.
And his narcissism grew continuously, and he learned how to adjust his personality to fit every situation that he found himself in, as well as how to manipulate everyone to get everything that he wanted. And all of the elders and FLDS leaders liked him. So like I said, it was already a cult, but his siblings were his first cult members.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. As Warren grew up, he began studying the Mormon and FLDS beliefs intently. Rulon kept his family under the strict doctrine of the FLDS, and they hardly interacted with outsiders, and they didn't even really leave the compound. And other than kids attending an FLDS school in Salt Lake City called the Alta.
It's all right, bro.
Alta Academy.
There you go.
Which,
all right.
Which drilled the FLDS doctrine into the kids' heads. There's video of Warren singing, and he looks like an even nerdier version of Bob Saget, R.I.P. Sir.
R.I.P. Bob Saget.
And the now liberated ladies of the FLDS said that he was nothing to look at. They admitted it like after the fact. The ones that got the fuck away.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he was nothing. But he was just the awkward son of somebody with power.
little nepotism going on there.
Yep. So Rulon began bringing Warren to the FLDS business meeting so he could watch and learn. And at 16, one of his brothers said that he was getting cozy with the sisters of the family. Like, uncomfortably cozy.
Row.
So they reported it to Rulon, and Rulon just told him to drop it and never talk about it again. Ignore it and it'll go away.
Oh, God. Yeah.
So,
all right.
Yeah. So when Warren was 18, his father made him principal of Alta Academy after he graduated from it. And the people bought into it. Like, he was perfect. But shortly after he took over, the kids there began being beaten with a paddle as punishment. You know,
dude, that happened to me in fucking high school, dude. Junior high, whatever. You always got sent to the principals to get paddled, dude. That's nothing new.
Got my ass whooped. I had a dean in junior high that had a thing with like holes drilled in it.
Yeah.
Fucking sadist.
Yeah.
So
anyway,
but perfect obedience led by a hair, meaning that it would take very little to break that hair and disobey. So therefore, no resistance.
All right.
That was his motto for the school. But Warren never did the punishment himself. He had other people do it for him.
Of course. That way he can't be found, never mind.
Right. Exactly. Well, you're exactly right.
Yeah.
So he also switched up the curriculum to what he imagined was right. For example, the library had like Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew and Encyclopedia Brown books. Under Warren, those books and any other books that weren't godly, the FLDS godly, were removed. So the library wound up with about 20 books total.
Right. Dude, I remember when I was in school, dude, them Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew books, I read that shit all the time.
Oh, yeah. And then Encyclopedia Brown was cool, too, when you're in elementary school. That kind of got you ready for Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew.
Yeah. Dude, you know what I just realized? If I'm going to put this video out, dude, I'm going to have to blur out my fucking t-shirt. I didn't think about it before I put this on.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But, under Warren, those books and I already said that.
Yes.
They wound up with the library wound up with about 20 books total. That's a joke, but you get the point. They would also cut out sections of the science books. Things like reproduction and medicine, for example. He also designed, there's actually video of him cutting pages out of the books. And what they didn't cut out, they would redact with a black marker.
Right.
So he also designed grooming courses for girls, teaching them to be subservient, obedient, and pure. Their only reason for existence was to abide by the prophet's will. He also taught things like man never landed on the moon. Take a guess why.
Oh, dude, I think I know the answer to this, but I don't want to. Man never landed on the moon because the moon's just a luminary. Because
No. God would never allow man to land on the moon.
Yeah, because God said that, I forget what it is, but one light, the major light to rule the day and the minor light to rule the night. They're luminaries. They're just lights. You can't land on a light.
I wonder if Warren Jeffs was a flat earther.
Yeah. Let's not get into that right now. But
I think that's like episode 13. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we did a whole fucking flat Earth thing, and if you haven't heard it yet,
you took lead on that one. That was a pretty good episode.
I did all right because, dude, I watch a lot of flat Earth debunking stuff, and it's easy to do that shit.
So,
anyway, not the point.
But there were also scary apocalyptic fire and brimstone services that were taught to little kids. Shortly later, Warren began having his kids refer to him as old.
Shortly later, Bill's favorite saying.
Warren began having the kids refer to him as Uncle Warren.
Oh,
and
no.
this was to identify himself as a member of the family to gain control over the kids. This, of course, led to Warren pushing the polygamy teachings, and some of his own female students later became his brides.
Oh, yeah. Of course, because why not?
Yeah. So during his tenure as principal, he married his first wife, Annette Barlow, in 1979. Now, Barlow, the guy that brought them there initially, his last name was Barlow.
Oh.
Was he kin to her, probably? Or kin to him, probably.
Probably.
That was in 1979. He later took a pair of sisters as wives, number 2 and 3. And these marriages were strategic. All of these girls, these girls came from powerful families, and Warren was a writing FLDS cult leader. I mean, star.
Star. Not cult leader.
Not cult leader. But when Warren was 31, Rulon became the FLDS prophet, and of course that made Warren the Prince, which is a fitting title considering that his manipulation techniques could have been considered Machiavellian.
Right.
The Prince.
Yes, I gotcha. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah. Rulon made Warren his chief counsel, and Warren resigned as principal of the academy, and Rulon started making major changes to the rules. His first change was to eliminate the Council of Elders, which gave him power over making decisions. He then installed the well-known mantra of "Keep sweet" to the women. And "Keep sweet and obey" is the name of the Netflix documentary that I used for quite a bit of these notes.
All right.
He was basically brainwashing the women to do whatever he said by telling them their role was just to be a subservient baby-making machine. He was ruling the FLDS with an iron fist, and Warren was there watching and taking notes on every move he made. Every move you made.
Sorry, Sting. We didn't mean to bring you into this.
He even declared that the church could now own property and take out loans. The FLDS gained tax-exempt status under Rulon. And Rulon kept making drastic changes, turning the cult into a powerful force with legal status, and he did this somehow whilst practicing polygamy. And what I think is that he probably publicly outlawed it, but practiced it behind closed doors.
Yeah, I can see that. He's like, do what I say, not what I do.
Right.
Kind of a thing,
But in
I guess.
In 1998, Rulon suffered a severe stroke that made it so that he couldn't function anymore. And Warren, rather than being a sympathetic son, saw an opportunity to level up. Warren loved his children, and literally nobody else.
All right.
Loving your children doesn't make you special. John Wayne Gacy loved his children, kept them buried, kept them right out in the backyard. No, cut that part out. That was a George Carlin ripoff anyway. But okay. Warren loved his children and literally nobody else, not even his wives. And although there was a pecking order for the kids, depending on how much he liked a particular kid's mother. Jesus. So as more or less the king's regent, Warren began taking his father's rule changes further and even more culty.
Yep.
Even more than he already had. And he began to cut up, and literally what he did was genius when you think about it, because he's indoctrinating these kids when he was, during his time as the principal of that academy, and he's in charge of all the curriculum. So these kids are now graduating, and they've already bought into his technology, his technology, his
technology,
his theology.
Yeah, there you
know.
go.
So
his technology, like he's fucking Ephraim Cochran or something. And that's a conversation for another podcast, but let's go.
But he began to cut the commune from the outside world, and he would limit internet use, and dial-up prevented internet use.
God,
but
those days, Jesus.
Yeah, but that's where we are right now. But he controlled the media and what cultists were allowed to view. He then banned newspapers, public celebration, and something else. 2 things. Take a guess. And if you get this right,
I'll never get it right.
I'll give you all of my guitars and my bass.
I'll never get it right. Wait, what was the first thing? Say it again.
He banned newspapers, public celebration, and 2 other things.
I'm going to say music, except for cult appropriate music. And
he probably did. Off Faith Assembly. But
I don't know.
He probably wouldn't have even allowed dogs and toys.
Dogs and toys. You see, I never would have got that. I never would have gone there.
I know.
But cats
That's why
are
I put
okay.
my guitars on the line.
I know.
Apparently.
But cats are all right.
Clean up the dead.
Yeah, well,
It doesn't say anything about cats.
Because, we all know what cats will do to you when you die. So,
well, cats eat mice, so they needed them around. They're out there in the desert.
So cats were okay, but you couldn't have them as a pet, but they're okay to be around because they kept the rats out the houses.
Right.
All right.
So there's probably a lot of stray cats running around.
Dogs and what was the other thing?
Toys, like children's toys.
Dogs and toys, dude. That's messed up.
Yeah.
That's beyond messed up. All right. Anyway,
he basically outlawed fun, which, you know what? I mean, shit, I can personally relate to that.
Yeah. But I see that. Yeah.
But Warren began presenting his fire and brimstone teaching to the entire community, and this clip coming up is me doing a clip of one of his sermons, and I do his voice pretty spot on, and the reverb was on the actual recording. I didn't put that on there.
All right.
So
insert said recording here.
Right, and this was on the documentary. Warren 1.
Torches of the prophets in whom we believe. They have lighted the way. There's going to be a great purging, a great cleansing of the earth. Prepare ye, for the great day of judgment is upon us. And those judgments are going to be furious. All of you are not going to survive.
Creepy son of a bitch, huh?
Yeah. That's not right. No. Anyway.
So the worthy would all gather on a piece of land, and they would be lifted from the earth, and anyone left below would be consumed by fire. Actually, I need to say this like Warren. The worthy would all gather on a piece of land, and they would be lifted up from the earth, and anyone below would be consumed by fire. And anyone who was not part of the FLDS would be, they wouldn't be on this piece of earth. It's just the only thing. That's cults like to. We are the only people that know how to get to heaven.
Yeah.
Nobody else does. It's just us.
We're gonna catch a ride on a comet.
So Jesus didn't even go to heaven because he wasn't part of the FLDS or Faith Assembly or Overcomers Ministry or.
Really, that is just
no. He didn't say that. He didn't say that.
I know,
but still, it's just like that. That's what they believe. The only people that have a one-way ticket to heaven is the people that are in the particular cult.
Their cult. Yes, no, I get that. I totally get that. I do. I get that. But like, if you believe in God and heaven, you have to believe in Jesus, and you have to know that's Jesus died for our sins and was resurrected.
Exactly. So just
how do you not? I don't understand. I mean, whether they said that or not doesn't matter. It's just like,
no, they did say
that
it.
Was
that
was their intention. Like, how do you even like get away with that? Like, seriously. I mean,
It's called brainwashing, Todd.
I'm not particularly religious at all. In fact, I consider myself to be an atheist, but I know the Bible. I know what it means. I understand when these people, when like Christians or whatever talk to me about the Bible, but at the same time, it's like, how do these these really like just far off fucking weird, what do you call them? Fundamentalist groups or whatever?
Cults.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, cults, but still.
They're all cults.
But you know what I mean? It's like, dude, how do they justify that?
It's called brainwashing. They isolate you. They get you to believe. And I've been through it, man. I've been through it. Episode 10 and 11. You were there.
Yeah, I know. I understand that part of it. But what I'm saying is, if you believe in, I don't know. Maybe it's not the followers so much as like the people that. I mean, I get it. They want the power over whoever's under them. I get that.
Yeah.
But it's just like, you're totally changing the whole point of religion, in my opinion, when you say shit like that. You know, I don't know. I mean, coming from an atheist fucking standpoint, I do understand the Bible. I've read it, but I'm still an atheist, and that's just me. I'm not saying everybody needs to be it. Everybody doesn't need to believe what I believe. I'm not trying to tell anybody that.
Today, when I got back home from Merritt Island, I was just farting around and everything, and I after I watched The Mandalorian, I decided I was going to watch that Waco documentary on Netflix. Mm-hmm. And there are people that are older than us that survived that, and they're still like brainwashed. Like there was this one woman who was like, she's probably like 60, 65, something like that, and she's just like, Warren is, I mean, they just wouldn't leave us alone. We weren't doing anything wrong. They wouldn't leave us alone, and Warren was teaching us how to live. It's like I'm sitting there going, what the kid, Precious? Can you come over? Just call me. Let's have a talk. I'm not going to make fun of you. I'm going to try to help you.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm. Oh God, everybody. I don't know. Cults are touchy subject for me, obviously.
Yeah.
But that's why I like covering the cults and everything. But sometimes it just blows my mind because this documentary that's on Netflix was made over the last couple years.
Right.
And this woman is still like totally David Koresh is God. Yeah. And it's just like, it just blows my mind. It's like, Precious, honey, come here. Let me let's talk. Let's have a discussion. I'm not gonna judge you. I want to, I just want to talk to you.
Oh yeah. No, dude, I don't judge anybody. Like I said, right. I mean, me as an atheist,
I feel sorry for the woman. I really do. I feel sorry for the woman.
Yeah. No, I get it. Well, I said, but I'm not trying to push my beliefs on anybody, dude. You believe what you want, dude. Whatever makes your life better for you, then
I just want to talk to her.
No, I understand that. Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, that the people that are in cults are brainwashed, and
when the cult folds, most of the people snap out of it after a period of time.
Yeah.
But some don't.
Yeah, some don't. I mean, I get that.
And my mom was one of the ones that didn't snap out of it when the cult that I was, the Faith Assembly, when that folded.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like I know all about it. And it's
I know, I got you.
So, anyway.
I mean, I don't know all about it, but, you know, I just...
Well, but you're learning a lot about cults on, you know, thanks to the
on
podcast.
Here. Yeah. But you know what I mean. Anyway, not the point. Yeah.
Hashtag, but I digress.
Yes, we did.
But I don't know. And it's just like I can't even promise that I won't do this again later in the episode. So, and this might wind up being a two-parter, by the way.
I know, we're almost in.
I hope it doesn't, but yeah, I've still got a ways to go.
We'll keep going.
Got a long way to go. So he also began assigning wives to male cultists, which could, by rule, only be done by the prophet. And he was not the prophet. He was basically the king's regent at that point. Because Rulon was still alive.
Yeah.
So, but the children of these arranged marriages weren't fathered by the husbands.
Oh, of course not.
We're getting into fucking, what's the name of that show? It's on Hulu. The Handmaid's Tale.
Handmaid's Tale, yeah.
But it's the exact opposite of that.
Oh. It's just like that show, but completely opposite.
Well, you'll see what I mean, because I'm going to explain it right now. But there were 15 men that he designated as, quote, seed bearers.
Oh.
The 15 men who got this role were from elite families, you know, probably big-time brown-nosers to Warren. And he also decided that couples were no longer allowed to have sex unless Uncle Warren gave them permission.
Oh, all right. Well, see, there you go. Exercising the ultimate control.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Denying sex is the ultimate control.
Yeah. So Warren would select a couple, and 3 disguised seed bearers would show up at the home of the lucky couple. What?
The lucky couple.
Yeah.
I'm sure they didn't see it that way.
Well, this is the reverse Handmaid's Tale.
I got you.
One would have sex with the woman while the husband would hold the woman's hands, and the other 2 seed bearers would observe and take notes.
So when it was their turn, they know what to do?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. But only the elite were allowed to have sex, and if any couple had sex with each other, they would be charged with adultery and excommunicated, a.k.a. doing them a favor.
Right? Like,
God,
hey, I'm married to this woman. How the fuck is this adultery?
Right.
I mean,
if you have sex with your wife, it's adultery.
It isn't.
I'm Rulon Jeffs.
It says so in the Bible.
I'm Warren.
Fuck you, Warren. Warren, why don't you just die? Come and rub my bunions, Warren. You fucking fuck. Sorry, I ripped off your bit, but I couldn't help it.
Well, I ripped off my own bit with the I'm Warren.
I know. Anyway, we're idiots. Let's go.
The rule was said to be there to protect the cultists from the corruption of the outside world, and this rule,
of course,
is still in place. This rule is still in place with the FLDS today. Believe it or not.
Dude, you know what? I'm done with this bullshit. Fuck this.
Well, I got to finish this episode by myself.
Dude, I can't. Dude, this is just such fucking horseshit, dude. Anyway,
it is horse shit.
All right, carry on. I'll fucking tough it out. But goddamn, dude, Mark was right. Mark was right. This is fucking bullshit.
Dude,
it's like, dude, I've never wanted to go fucking kill a whole bunch of people more than I do right now, just for being stupid. Dude, and I deal with stupid on monumental levels on a daily basis. And right now I want to go fucking shoot a bunch of motherfuckers. But anyway, I digress.
But you're not going to.
Of course not. And I don't have the time to fucking go hunt these motherfuckers down, dude. Whatever. Like, I'd really go do that. And if anybody listening does it and uses my name, I have witnesses. Everybody knows where I'm at.
Right. So
don't even try.
They believe that only Warren can protect them from the evil apostates, a.k.a. anybody who isn't part of the FLDS. But in order for him to be able to perform his duties, the community needed to please him. Like, all of the community. Like, everyone.
Oh, no. Is this going where I think it's going?
Yes. I'm sorry, bro.
God. All right.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
You're right.
You're right. All right. Let's get through it, dude. Hurry up, dude. Let's get through it. To quote Mark, I'm getting weary.
This is going to be a two-parter, I'm sure. I'm on page 15 of 47.
15. Start talking faster, motherfucker. Dude, be like the Micro Machines guy. And done. Just, you know what?
Would you shut up so I can do it?
All right.
This was when the perversions began to come to light. He used this position to execute the molested children, even as the youngest four, even as the little kids, male or female. All the kids were raised to believe that war was the perfect, and everything was thinking the gospel.
You got me on my own joke, dude. I didn't expect you to be able to do that.
And you can understand most of what I said.
Yeah, I caught every word you said, dude. I wasn't expecting that. Damn you. You burned me on my own joke. Anyway, just so you don't have to slow that last part down, we're going to do it for real now.
Yeah. This was when his perversions began to come to light. He used his position to execute. Execute. No,
do it.
He used his. Oh God.
We're fucking idiots, dude. We're such fucking idiots. It's not even funny.
No, it's very funny.
Well, there's that too, but yeah.
He used his position as an excuse to molest children, even as young as 4, even his own kids, male or female. And the kids were raised to believe that Warren was perfect and anything that he said must be the gospel. And this realization made Warren even more bold.
Yeah, of course it did.
Yeah, Rulon's health was declining, and he couldn't even get out of bed at this point. So in September of 2002, he died, and Warren became the prophet with total control over everything. And at this point, the FLDS had over 12,000 members in Utah, Colorado, and even in Canada. He closed the Alta Academy and closed all the other FLDS schools while saying that public schools were evil.
Well, yeah, dude, he can't have all 12,000 of his kids going to fucking public schools and learning the truth.
Right. But they're not even getting the quote unquote education that they got at Alta. You know?
Well, you know what I mean, though, dude. I mean, like, seriously. This guy's a fucking... Never mind. Fuck it. I'm not even going to go there.
So... So no school period for the kids, except for homeschool. Isolation. So what a way to mold the children's personalities into whatever clusterfuck you wanted. I mean, Jim Jones did this. David Koresh did this. Hobart Freeman attempted to do this. But the cultists were confused. Rulon was supposed to be immortal and revert back to his younger self and continue to lead.
Oh, dude, that's fucking hilarious.
You know what? I wish it had happened. Because you know what? If that could happen, I would join the FLDS long enough to get some of that reversion juice.
Right.
Become 25 years old again. And then say, see ya!
Oh, dude, seriously. They really fucking believe this shit? Oh, my God.
Yes, they do.
Fuck me in the goat ass.
You remember in the fucking Faith Assembly episode, these people were expecting, Hobart Freeman when he died to come back to life. You remember that?
Yeah, kind of.
That
was a while ago, dude. I don't remember that.
You even made a brilliant joke about it.
I'm sure I did.
You said it's like they finally called the authorities to come get the corpse after
after they prayed over him to try to bring him back to life
for like a day,
or
whatever, and you said something like it took 3 days for Jesus, and they want this fucker to come back after 1 day,
right? Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Dude, Jesus, like 3 days to come back. God damn, dude, give him a day. Give him a couple more days. Maybe he will.
Give him a couple more days. Maybe another week.
Just let him rot, because that's all he's going to happen. But anyway, not the point.
Right. So Warren seized on this moment, and once again, I'm recreating Warren and his address to his people after his father died. Roll Warren 2.
Warren 2, rolling now.
We rejoice in you in the privilege of being under our prophet's direction, in the privilege of being taught how to come to you through him.
So within a week of Rulon's death, Warren married... hold on. Where do you think this is going? Take a guess.
Dude, did he marry his
Rulon's
mom?
dead.
Rulon's dead, so he married Rulon's wife? Or Rulon's wives?
You got it!
That was easy, dude.
You got it.
That was a no-brainer, dude.
So, within a week of Rulon's
I think everybody
death,
got that one.
Warren married all but 3 of his mothers. His mothers. Actually, that's not... They were all...
Not too far from the truth.
Not too far from the truth. Within a week of Rulon's death, Warren married all but 3 of his father's wives. One got the hell out of Dodge.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Did he actually marry his mom? That's what I want to know.
That's what I'm getting to.
Okay. Sorry.
Another flat out refused to marry him, and she was excommunicated, a.k.a. done a favor.
Right.
And that was the FLDS story, but she had been bullied by Warren to marry, and finally she had enough, and she got the hell out of
She's like, I ain't taking your shit, kid. Fuck off.
Yeah. But the FLDS claws were still in her, and it haunted her for years. The third member was his own mother, although I bet that she was the one who objected, not Warren.
Let's hope so, please, for the love of whatever. Let's hope so.
No, he was probably like,
Mother, we should be married.
And she's probably like, Warren, I've got this I've got this spray bottle of water here. Back, boy.
Oh, God.
I pushed you out of me, but I definitely don't want you back in me.
Yeah, right.
Let's just go there.
Jesus. Yeah, no shit, but that's what he was thinking.
I'm sure. I'm sure. I put that in there, about it was although I bet that she was the one who objected, not him.
Yeah.
I put that in there, and I seriously believe that. I really do.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't doubt it one bit.
Yeah. So Warren made an address to the people with Naomi, who was his new wife, one of his father's wives, as well. She was Rulon's 16th wife. And they made a heartfelt address to the cultists, and Naomi would later become Warren's favorite wife, and I recreated this one too. Roll Warren number 3.
3. Okay.
I now call upon one of Father's wives, Mother Naomi.
I will first ask a question. Do we really believe in Uncle Rulon? Because if we do, we believe that Warren Jeffs is the prophet of God, and I need him to guide me.
Damn.
Oh, dude, what the? All right. No, not all right. God.
No. Warren now owned all of the property in Short Creek, and he began a draconian rule booting people who questioned anything he said, a.k.a. doing them a favor.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that they were also kept away from their families who had stayed behind. Warren came up with a new catchphrase. Oh, God.
Oh, no.
This
is
horrible. Work hard for the privilege of working harder. A.K.A. free labor. Yay!
God. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, well, oddly enough, that's pretty much the way life is right now.
Anything fun was now a sin.
Of course, because can't have any fun.
Think that he did? What do you think that he did next? He confiscated something.
Oh, God.
Take a guess.
What else? What is left?
A defense measure.
What, he took their guns?
He took their guns.
He took their guns. Yeah.
Yeah. What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? Austere puritanical rule.
Yep.
Sorry, Cradle of Filth. I didn't mean to bring you into this, but I did.
Fun fact, Will and Thunder Show had 2 Cradle of Filth members as guests on the show.
Was one of them Danny Filth?
No, they were both female keyboard players.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But
anyway, not the point. Moving on.
This was when the women's clothing started to be regulated completely, like with the pastel from top to bottom stuff that I was telling you about. And
dude, I thought you were about to say they started making the men wear women's clothing. Dude, like seriously, this was about the time where women's clothing was regulated for everyone to wear. Well, dude, why not? He wants to have sex with everybody, so why not make everybody dress in women's clothes? I mean, is that so far fetched?
His dear Pawpaw didn't dress that way. So.
Oh, his dear Papa didn't dress that way. Okay, he didn't wear suspendies and a bra.
No.
All right then. Are we sure about that? Do we know that for sure?
No, there's all sorts of video. You should watch the documentary.
Well, you don't know what he did behind closed doors.
But you're not. We're gonna get to that.
Oh, all right. Well, consider me riveted. Let's go.
So, but the thing is, red. You were not allowed to wear red.
Yeah,
because red is
the scarlet letter.
Devil.
Yeah, the scarlet letter.
Well, the devil was red, and the cartoon depictions of the devil, he's red.
Yes, but he's also fucking depicted as blue and brown and all kinds of other colors. But I get the whole red thing, dude, because Never mind. The scarlet letter. They force that woman who committed adultery to wear a red letter A because red is the symbol, the color of the devil. I get it. Yes. Totally get it.
So, but this part, okay. Yeah, you have a daughter. You have a wife. I have 2 daughters. I've had 2 daughters and a couple wives. Not at the same time. But, so you know how much of a pain in the ass it is for a woman to put her hair up in a French braid?
It's once you learn it, it's not that hard. But yeah, it is a pain.
But it's still tedious. It's still tedious, and it still takes a long time.
Yes.
They were required to wear their hair in French braids at all times.
Okay, all right, that's dude. Okay, so what was that like? Just like penance for being a woman? You have to like.
No, it just turned Warren on. He just had a thing for French braids.
All right. But you know what I'm saying though is, all right, for you to be out in public, you have to wear this and you have to do your hair like this, even though I know it takes a fucking hour for you to do it. I mean, dude, is that like just, okay, you're the woman, you have to do what I fucking tell you kind of a thing? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Dude, that's fucking bullshit, but whatever. It is what it is. I mean, whatever.
So,
I hate this fucking dude.
I do too. Where are we at? 1 hour and 18.
Yeah.
I say let's go for about another 30 minutes and call it.
Yeah, but find a spot to stop, dude, and we'll keep on.
Maybe. Yeah. So
I mean, we got the DL series video, or not video, but well, actually both will be out. But I won't post it to YouTube until after like a week.
Okay, that's fine.
Because I don't want to take away from listens on Spotify if people are going to go watch it on YouTube,
Right. But I mean, yeah, this is definitely going to be a 2-part.
Oh, thank God, dude, because I don't know how much more of this shit I can take.
I can't. I'm on 18 of 47.
Oh, Jesus. Well, you got to, so what's half of 47? 23-ish? Get to 23.
Something like that, yeah.
Get to 23 or 24, and then we'll call it. If that's a good place to stop. Find a good place to stop.
I'll get to 24 and then start looking for a good place.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm down with that.
So, one of the main aspects of this polygamous cult was that sex is bad and good. But
you dude. God damn it. God damn you, man.
By how the tables have turned in this
I know,
podcast.
dude.
When
Usually
we first started off, when we first started, like the first 8 months that we were doing it, you were always the one getting me. Now I'm like getting
dude.
you.
Yeah, dude. I was always the one throwing the zingers out and busting you up, and now you're fucking getting me. Every time I turn around, dude, you're dropping a zinger and just losing me. Well, turnabout's fair play.
I was born for the big chair.
Yes, you were, sir.
So, yeah, sex is bad, okay? But what about the old elites taking 10, 20, 50, 80, and in many cases, much younger wives? What about the young men in the cult?
I don't know. What were they doing?
Nothing!
Yes, because they weren't allowed.
Right. So what were they supposed to do? They were supposed to marry Rosie and her 5 sisters? I mean, that's polygamy, isn't it? If he married... Got him again.
Not as bad, because I saw that one coming. But you know what? Dude, no, seriously though, dude. Like these people join this cult, dude, I'm gonna have all the fucking bitches I can fuck and all this.
Like,
and
boot
all
him!
That. And then they get in there like, dude, you're not even allowed to fuck your wife. I got people to do that. You just
you got me.
I'll have my people call your people, and my people will show up and fuck your wife. And you don't you got to do shit about it, dude. You can't even jerk off because I'm sure jerking off was that counts as fun, and that's probably illegal.
Although, I'm sure masturbation was banned as well.
That's what
and
I
that's
just
another
said.
thing. Constant blue balls were basically required in cults like this, where the cult leader made sex a crime. Faith Assembly, the cult I was raised in, episodes 10 and 11, preached no sex before marriage, and that masturbation was self-abuse, unclean, and therefore a sin.
Yeah, no. But anyway.
So, some of the excommunicated were young men around 16 years old, and they were booted simply for the fact that there were too many males there, because all of the women were going to these old fucks.
Well, that and there's all these males joining and thinking they're going to get their fucking, get the fucking king share of the fucking chicks in the fucking place, and they're not.
They didn't take too kindly to outsiders. I mean, if you wanted to join, you had to go through steps and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, but still though, dude. Like
stuff.
seriously.
But the thing is, it's like if somebody said, "Hey, I want to join the FLDS," just some random person off the street, they're going to tell you what they believe right off the bat. They're not going to sugarcoat it. They're going to be like, "This is what it is." So therefore, this is part of why they had to keep people so beaten down and indoctrinated to the point to where it's just they just believed that whatever the hell was going on was the fucking gospel according to God, aka Warren Jeffs.
Yes.
So no, they really didn't have much there to recruit people with, unless it was people defecting from the regular Mormon church that wanted to come down because they wanted multiple wives. But if they came down to get multiple wives or whatever, all the women are taken.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bo.
And even if you came here for that, you're not allowed to have sex with them anyway.
No.
Even if you passed all the rigorous entrance rules.
So that's what I mean when I'm saying it's just like, they're not taking in new members. They are breeding new members.
Yeah.
Because
I got
nobody
you.
Nobody in their right fucking mind would join this cult like off the street.
Well, except Boone Helm, but.
Well, he didn't even join. He's like, what?
No,
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry. Oh, Jesus. All right. Moving on.
So, okay. But some of the there are too many males there, and the sick old fuck saw them as a threat because they were asking what the hell they're supposed to do since all of the women and girls went to all these crusty old geezers.
All right.
So they were called the Lost Boys of the FLDS, and nobody was exempt.
The Lost Boys.
Warren even sent away a nephew of his and one of his own sons.
Really?
Yeah.
So.
And Warren even assembled a group of guards called the God Squad to patrol the community to keep the excommunicated from sneaking back in. I don't know why they'd want back in, though.
Yeah, right? I was like, dude, bitch, you kicked me out. I ain't fucking coming back here. What a fucking...
It was power. It was just a show of power. Now we've got people patrolling the grounds with guns.
That he took away from everybody else.
Right. And they just passed it off as just like, it's to keep the excommunicated people from coming back in.
No, it's not. It's to keep you motherfuckers from trying to get out.
18-year-old kid, balls the size of fucking softballs that are like royal blue.
Right.
He gets kicked out of there because it's like, damn it, I have needs too. So he gets kicked out of there. First thing he does is he goes to a strip club. No, I ain't going back.
No, the first thing he does is goes and jerks off like 10 fucking times.
Yeah.
He doesn't even think about anything like that. He's like, dude, I got to get rid of this. And
then he goes to a strip club.
All that shit, yeah.
Then he goes to a strip club and he sees like these gorgeous, naked women and all that stuff. He's just like,
they only pretend they like you for $20 a dance.
Yeah, but there's other women out there. You go to a bar, you see women dressed like that. They're covered somewhat more. Like, I ain't going back. Fuck that.
You still don't go back. Yeah. There's no way you go back.
You ain't going back. Nobody who got excommunicated from this cult or any other cult wanted back.
Wanted back. Zero. No one. Ever.
At least I've never heard of one. I
have no idea why you'd want to go back at all.
I don't want to go back to a cult.
Dude, I want to start a cult. but like the coolest cult ever. Yeah. Where anybody can come and go as they please. You can do whatever the fuck you want as long as you got permission from the person you want to do whatever the fuck you want with. You know, basically like just a normal society.
An ideal society.
An ideal society, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, cool. Gene Roddenberry's utopian vision of the future, which we will never see. But you know what I mean.
Right.
You know, so no raping, no kitty fiddling, none of that shit, right. Dude. If that shit happens, I will personally put a bullet in your head.
Right. So your role as cult leader in this cult is basically enforcer. Don't fuck with kids. Don't rape. Don't assault. Don't kill.
Just
otherwise,
be nice
I'm going to kill you.
But just be nice to each other.
Just be nice to everybody. Yeah. I'd join that cult.
Just be nice. Everybody play music. Everybody grow food.
That's not a cult, though.
I know, it's a commune.
A utopian commune.
Yes.
But anyway,
shortly later... But it would be considered a cult. Yeah, shortly later.
Warren decided that Short Creek was no longer the home to the blessings of the priesthoods, whatever that means. He also said that it was time to find a new home for the FLDS. And he preached that the evil, corrupt government was coming for them and that the devil knew where they were. You know what?
Of course.
I'm pretty sure the devil knew where you were all along. He didn't just find out.
The devil's been in your back pocket.
He's not sitting down there in hell all of a sudden.
Hey.
Eureka! I found the FLDS. We've heard so much about them. I know where they are now. Let's go get them. Let's go get them. I will hunt them like a cat hunts the red dot.
Yes. Yes. Anyway. Sorry, I haven't been pushing the buttons. I got so caught up in the story, I just forgot to push buttons.
It's a compelling story. It sucks, but it's a compelling story. So, he said that they needed to keep, because the devil knew where they lived, he needed to keep this new property's location a secret.
Shh, don't tell anybody. We can't tell.
So,
I can't even tell you where we're going.
Right. And you have no idea how close to being right you are with this, with what you just said. So, in 2002, the Olympics came to Salt Lake City, and Warren used this as a catalyst to get a lot of people to leave Salt Lake City and go to Short Creek. The piece of land that was going to rise up was Short Creek. And the Olympics was going to be the catalyst that triggered God's destruction of Earth. The Salt Lake City Olympics.
Because that didn't happen.
No, Salt Lake City's still there. Short Creek is still there.
The Earth is still here.
The Earth is still here. Every person is still here.
Yes.
So the transition began, but there was a little itty bitty hiccup in the plans. See, nothing happened after the Olympics.
Yeah. And then people stopped believing.
Journey's going to be really pissed. So, So Warren panicked because it didn't happen. He said,
It's just a test. God had granted us a little bit more time.
Of course he did.
"Oh God, I'd love to keep going because it's still fun and everything, but I have a feeling like if we keep going further, like after we get to a good side, it's going to stop being fun." Because, so it's just like, another 2-part episode.
It's fine.
So November 2003, FLDS member David Allred purchases land for a hunting retreat near El Dorado, Texas.
Oh, okay.
Not exactly what I think of when I think of a promised land, but okay.
Yeah, right. Texas is not the promised land. No offense to anybody in Texas.
Oh, we love Texas.
Yeah,
Texas and Florida are brothers.
But Texas is not well, Florida is not the promised land either. So,
right, exactly.
here we are.
No.
Anyway.
I love Florida.
Dude, Florida's America's wang, dude. Like, seriously.
Well, I love Florida. I love America.
Dude, I love Florida too, but dude, we live in America's wang. You know that, right?
So?
It's just, we live in a wang. That's all I'm saying.
So the Short Creek commune was under constant scrutiny from the law, and that's the real reason they needed to find a new place.
Right.
On August 10th of 2003, at that time the FLDS had $100 million in the bank, and Warren was in charge of all of it.
$100 million?
$100 million generated from about 15,000 people.
Jesus Christ.
And there's also, there's
no
also
pun
like,
intended, yeah.
There's also dealings going on.
Oh, I'm sure there is.
They had investors, they had all sorts of other stuff like that. But
you can't call the Mexican drug cartel investors. I know it really wasn't that, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, but still, it's just like, they had money, and they
apparently Jesus.
They had the tax exempt status, so it's just like a lot of underhanded people because they were underhanded. A lot of underhanded, people would probably be like, "Hey, hook me up, I'll pay you." So there you go. So instead of
money laundering,
exactly,
and whatnot.
So instead of being taxed by the government, they're being taxed by the FLDS.
And I bet that was a fucking hefty fucking fine or tax. Tax, not fine, but whatever. Yeah, Anyway.
But this property in El Dorado was 1,700 acres, and Allred registered it under an LLC with no known ties to the FLDS. But it was very isolated. It was out in the middle of nowhere, which, of course, is what Warren wanted. And he named it the Land Yearning for Zion Ranch.
Okay.
The reason for that is because it's like the whole thing. It's about the Mormons and the FLDS. They all want to go to Zion. That's their version of heaven.
Yes, they want to live in the underground city with Morpheus and Neo.
But so.
Oh wait, you don't mean that Zion? I'm sorry, my bad.
No, but still, that's not a very good name. Damn. I started thinking about starting this podcast probably 2 years before we actually did it. And I came up with Crimes, Killers, Cults, and Beer like very early on in the process of planning to do this podcast.
Okay.
So it's just Crimes, Killers, Cults, and Beer. That's a good.
It is.
The Land Yearning for Zion Ranch. That's like one of these fucking true crime books. The titles of them.
It is.
No, I love the true crime books, but still, those titles are ridiculously
Ryan,
long.
we have a book title for you. Anyway.
Also, he made sure that his name wasn't on any of the documents there. So,
of course not.
Officially, as far as El Dorado is concerned, this was just a private dude ranch. But the locals were getting suspicious because ground had broke and they started building this huge building, which obviously was the temple.
Yes.
It didn't take long until local law enforcement started investigating. But a lot of the cultists, they didn't want to leave Short Creek. For a lot of them, this was the only home that they knew. So Warren upped the propaganda, saying that this was to make them closer, a closer family, closer to him and closer to God. And he was God, So he then got into even more. He turned the fire and brimstone sermons up to 11. And he's saying that God was going to wipe all the evil off of the earth, and this paradise would be the only refuge that they would be left to inherit as a heaven on earth.
Okay. And they believed it.
And it was only for the FLDS members who came there. Anybody that didn't want to relocate, guess what?
Excommunicated.
They're going to hell.
They're going to. They got excommunicated.
No. He's still taking their money, taking their kids, taking their daughters. He's still doing all that. But they going to hell because they're not going to El Dorado.
Okay. So it isn't El Dorado like the fucking secret hidden golden city in the Amazon or some shit? I know. I digress.
That sounds familiar. Honestly, that sounds familiar. You might be right.
But so there's like really an El Dorado, Texas or whatever, wherever they went? Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there is.
I didn't know.
Yeah. I have not driven through El Dorado, Texas.
What is that? The only city in the United States you haven't driven through?
No, but I looked it up on the map because I was curious. But no, I haven't.
Because, dude, every time you talk about it, he's like, I've been there. I've been there. I drove through that town.
I've been everywhere, man.
I've been everywhere, man.
But
fuck, we're idiots. Come on. Let's get going.
No, I have been everywhere. I'm a fucking truck driver.
I know.
I've driven all over
but
the
you
country.
haven't been everywhere because you haven't been to El Dorado, Texas.
I haven't been to Maine or Rhode Island either, but I've been everywhere else.
Okay.
So I've probably been on every interstate in the country. But 500 people initially joined Warren. The 10,000 people who didn't come continued to send their money to Warren.
Why?
See? Because they're cultists.
Why? If you didn't want to go, why are you still giving Cracker money?
They were loyal. They just didn't want to go to Texas.
Well, they weren't loyal. Okay.
But you know what?
Yeah.
Warren didn't, in my opinion, Warren didn't have the grip on these people that he thought that he did. In my opinion, they just didn't buy his bullshit about God purging the earth of wickedness. So they...
Well, yeah, it actually says right in the Bible that God promised man that he would not flood the earth again.
Right.
It says it right in the Bible that you guys, not you guys, but that
right.
They believe in. It says it right in there. Why would you believe that it was going to happen again when God said, I will not flood the earth again and I will not do this again?
Right.
Anyway.
Exactly. You probably know more about the Bible than I do, and I know a lot.
Yeah. I for an atheist, I know quite a bit about the Bible.
Well, a lot of atheists do know a lot about the Bible.
Yeah, but whatever. It is what it is. But I mean, I do it because, I know it because I wasn't necessarily brought up that way, but I find it fascinating. It's something I want to learn what people see in this book. You know what I mean?
Right.
Even though I don't necessarily believe in the book, because I know things that they don't tell them, and everybody should know these things, but that's not the point. I mean, it's not something that I myself personally know and nobody else does. Everybody knows that the fact that the Bible was written thousands of years after the fact, that the flood story was based on a story from thousands of years before it supposedly happened. I mean, dude, every culture has a flood story. So there was obviously something that happened, but it was a story. It wasn't God that did it, just shit flooded and we got fucked up. But anyway, that's not the point. That's not the point. And I'm not trying to disprove the Bible. Please don't think that I'm trying to do that. I'm just trying to point out alternate.
Well, you see, I believe in God, but I also believe that all these organized religions, even the ones that aren't cults, it's just they're cults in their own little way.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they're not hurting anybody, but at the same time,
well, except for the Catholics, but you know, whatever, we won't go there.
Well, yeah, but we, you know, it's just I don't know. It's just
Well, see, here's the thing, though. The Bible's been written, rewritten, translated so many times. Parts have been cut out of it. Parts of it have been cut out of it to serve the people that were in charge at the time, to keep the people under them under control.
Yeah, like the Book of Enoch.
Yeah. So, I mean, dude, it's been translated so many times that it doesn't even mean what was originally written by the people that wrote it anymore, because it's been translated and translated and translated and turned into what
the King James version of the Bible was. What that was like the 15 or 1600s when that was written.
Yeah, give or take. And the thing is, that's why it's all like ye and they and everything. It's just like the people when Jesus was alive and all that stuff and everything, they were Muslim. They weren't Muslim, but they were Arab. They didn't talk ye and they. That's how the frickin' Victorian English people spoke at the time. That's what I'm saying. That it's been translated and rewritten.
But the King James version is the most the most
it is
overall accepted version of the Bible. But that's not even
close to what it really was.
It's not even the dialect that it was that
it was written in.
The stories were written in.
I mean, I'm sure the original. I don't know. The original was either written in Latin or, well, at the time of Jesus, Aramaic.
Right.
However, it's been translated
Arab.
But you know what I mean? Yeah. No, dude. I mean,
which brings up another question. How could Jesus come into? And I may be way off base here. I probably am, but how could Jesus come into, say, Rome? Like on a donkey and all that stuff. How could he come in like that, speaking in Aramaic or Arab, whatever?
It was Aramaic at the time of Jesus.
A place that was
speaking Latin,
but they were speaking Italian.
No, they were speaking Latin then.
Okay.
At that time, it was Latin.
So everybody was speaking the same language, even the.
No. The people in Rome spoke Latin. At the time of Jesus, the people in Rome spoke Latin.
But Jesus
didn't speak Latin.
Mary and the apostles.
And they weren't white people
They were
speaking.
either.
They were speaking Aramaic, and they weren't white people.
So they didn't buy his bullshit about God purging the earth of wickedness, but they believe everything else. Weird, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
So in January of 2004, Warren gathered everyone together. Power move coming up. And he read a list of 20 men who were disloyal wrongdoers, and they were out of the church. They were stripped of their wives and children, who would be all reassigned to new families, effective immediately. Get the fuck out.
Freedom!
Yeah, but these people lost their kids and their wives that they weren't allowed to fuck.
But they weren't their kids. They were some other dude's kids. Think about it.
I don't know why I didn't make that generalization when I was writing the notes.
You know, dude. I mean, dude.
But you're right.
If you
But
actually
you're right.
if they actually fathered those children, it would be different. But they didn't. Somebody else did. So freedom. You know, fuck it. Yeah, kick me out, dude. Fuck you and the goat ass. I'm out of here. Anyway,
but it was he then made the rest of the people there swear allegiance by a show of hands.
Who else here is completely with the FLDS? And me, Father God, show of hands.
And everybody, it was like dead. Yeah, everybody there was silent. I mean, it was like you could hear a pen drop and just all the hands went up at one time.
Like good brainwashed drones.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
I don't like this story.
Yeah.
And it's gonna get a lot worse, bro. I'm just
all right, well,
warning.
Are we at a stopping point soon, I hope?
I'm looking for one now.
Okay.
But this was a power grab, nothing more. Warren called the FLDS a benevolent dictatorship.
I'm pretty sure Hitler used those same words.
Yeah, right?
I mean, I can't prove it, but I'm fairly certain Hitler used something like similar terminology.
Mein Kampf, Vergnügen!
No, that was JPF, but anyway.
But some of these people were high ups, you know, for appearance's sake. You know, some of these people were high ups, including one of Warren's brothers.
Oh.
So, in July of 2004, a nephew of Rulon Jeffs filed a lawsuit against the FLDS leader, accusing Warren of sexually abusing him. Brent Jeffs claims he was repeatedly abused as a child while he was attending the Alta Academy, where Rulon Jeffs was the principal.
Yeah.
So this was settled out of court, but it also made his attempts to be invisible a little bit more difficult because he was on the books now.
Yes. Yes. They got you by the short hairs now, bro.
Yeah. Warren began threatening some of the families, saying that they were breaking God's will by not relocating, and as punishment he would assign their wives to other men. He had also started preaching that children equals power and encouraging people to have as many kids as possible. He even installed a ranking system to where, like, a gorgeous young teenager could marry an elite and increase the status of her family just because. As a result, the families began competing to have as many kids as possible. This, of course, increased as Warren's grip increased over these poor frogs.
But they're not having... It's not... The father, the man in the relationship is not having the kids. It's the other people still, right? The right. Seed bearers.
As far as I know,
it's still the seed bearers.
But you see, he's down there in El Dorado, and I think that the people in Short Creek might have been like, "Well, Warren ain't here." Although I could be wrong about that because no, not necessarily. I'm like walking that back because of the fact that it's okay. Warren wasn't there, but I'm pretty sure he had enforcers there running the place for him.
All right, yeah, probably.
Yeah, and frogs was something we came up with on the RG Stare episode where you put a frog into a pot of like regular water, gradually increase the temperature, and he's going to get cooked.
Yeah. Anyway,
but Warren returned to Short Creek in 2004 because he had to oversee some marriages. He also took his first child bride, a 13-year-old girl. The girl's parents had brought her all the way from Canada specifically to marry Warren, and that began a trafficking ring. Lots of girls were funneled from Canada to Short Creek and to El Dorado. at least 50 girls were trafficked from Canada to the U.S. in the 2 FLDS communities to be married to older men. This went on between 1990 and 2006. Basically, an elite man would petition Warren saying he wanted a child bride, and Warren would grant it and find him one in exchange for favors.
Of course, it's exchange for favors. Jesus, okay.
Yeah. So he was not the only control. He was not only controlling the lesser families. He was also controlling the creepy old geezers by giving them what they wanted. Warren was 48 years old when he took his first child bride.
And by how old are we talking about child here?
We're going to get there, bro.
All right.
But we're going to wrap up right now.
Okay.
We're going to wrap up right now. Because that's a good, it goes to a different spot next.
Okay.
So
perfect. All right.
We're going to wrap up here and we'll continue. And thanks a hell of a lot for listening, everybody. We appreciate the hell out of it. We love the fact that the podcast is growing. We just have one request. It's like Facebook is blowing up. Twitter is consistent. People are following Twitter like religiously and have been. I'm not going to say religiously.
Yeah, bad choice of words there.
But no, people have been like regularly following the Twitter page, and that's been going on for a while. But recently, people have been like seriously, following the Facebook page as well. Interact with us.
Yeah.
Call us idiots. Tell us we're idiots.
Tell us we're idiots because we call ourselves. Well, I call us idiots all the fucking time. So.
No, I do too. We're idiots. We're infants with attitudes.
I want to say something real quick though. Since all these new people are following us on Facebook, if you would like to see us do a Facebook Live thing sometime, let us know on Facebook. Let us know. Say, hey, I would love to see a Facebook Live, and we'll do it. Just, communicate with us. Let us know what you want, dude.
But we're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do something like that if people don't ask for it. Yeah. And just like people are following the show on social media, and we appreciate the hell out of it. We fucking love it. But at the same time, we need interaction so we can know what everybody wants. And
it helps with the algorithm too. It makes us popular.
Oh,
so.
Yeah, but still.
Actually, I don't even know if that's how the algorithm works anymore. I really don't. I'm so.
No, but
I'm so old. I don't even know.
I think that we're putting together a podcast that is like seriously branching out because it's just like we're a lot more raw than a lot of these other podcasts.
Yeah. And
I think that and people are starting to pick up on that. But interact with us.
Yeah.
We want to hang out with you. We want to joke with you. If you tell us that we're freaking idiots or freaking morons or whatever, do
fine.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, damn, you're not going to hurt our feelings.
Yeah. We're too old for that shit.
Yeah. But seriously, reach out to us. Talk to us. It's like the social links are going to be in the description as well as our website. And we, seriously, we're glad people are listening, and our numbers are getting better every week, and they have been for a while.
Yes.
And it just, it's like you guys are digging the podcast, but
they don't want to talk to us.
We want to talk to you.
Yeah. Nobody wants to talk to us.
They don't want to talk to us.
They love listening to us, but they don't want to talk to us.
But they don't want to talk to us. No, we're freaking.
We're really nice guys. We really are.
We're nice guys. So just interact with us.
I know we come off kind of harsh and abrasive on this show, but we're harsh and abrasive to the motherfuckers we're talking about. We aren't like that in real life. We're nice guys. We really are.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Would I lie?
Spaceballs reference. It's been a while since we've had one of those.
Yes, it has.
So, anyway.
Well,
seriously, thanks for listening.
Yep.
And do rate, review. If you like us, tell a friend. If you hate us, tell an enemy. And until next week, later.
Cheers, everybody.
Go, go, go.